Hey guys, it's Trey, and I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to share some thoughts. It's another birthday. Actually, tomorrow is my birthday, but tomorrow's going to be a pretty busy day, and so I don't know if I'd have an opportunity to share this. And so I thought I'll do it now. It's Sunday afternoons. I've had a lot of time to just kind of kick back on Sunday, and so wanted to share a few things. It's been pretty good birthday so far. My family took me out to eat last night, and my parents actually got me tickets to the Tar Heels and Gamecocks game coming up at Bank of America Stadium, and so definitely excited about that. Yes, I'm a Tar Heel fan, even in football too. So yeah, there we go. I'm dedicated, and I'm the real deal fan. So excited because how often do we get to see North and South Carolina play each other in football? It's very rare. But anyway, 34 years old. It's crazy. I never thought I would ever see 34, but it's here, and been able to learn. Not a lot of things. I mean, granted, I still have a long way to go and a lot more. Certainly a lot of people in this world with a lot more wisdom than me, but I just wanted to share with you, just based on my experience and things that I've learned when it comes to life, and things that you can apply to your own life. And when a birthday comes around, we reflect on that. I stopped caring about birthdays about 5 years ago. It's not like a big deal like it was when I was a kid anymore, but now I want to take this opportunity just to share with you just a few things that I've learned, and this is my son Jackson hanging out right here playing his game. So if you hear anything in the background, then that will be him. Anyway, yes, 34 is the new 20, absolutely. 30 used to be so old to me, but now it's not as old anymore. So anyway, number one, just to share, every season matters. So I've got basically three things here. Number one, every season matters. A lot of times we think, if I can just get through this rough patch, if we're going through a hard time, and we've had some rough seasons. I would say the past 3 years have been some of the toughest since my wife and I have been married. My wife had a miscarriage. My grandmother developed Alzheimer's. We took care of her for a while. Eventually, we couldn't take care of her anymore. We had to put her in a nursing home. Very tough decision that we had to make as a family. And then last January, my wife's dad passed away suddenly in his sleep. All this happened in about a year and a half span. Probably a little less than that. Probably more about a year and 2 months. All of these things happened. And so very tough time for our family. But now I can look back in hindsight and see how much we learned during that time. How much closer we grew to Christ, and how much He molded and developed us as His followers during that time, and we became stronger followers of Jesus. And so, I've been able to say, a lot of times we think in this rough patch, if I can just get through the rough patch, if I can just get through this, then I can get on to my ministry, or I can get on back to my life, or I can get on to what God's called me to do if I can just get through. But then we realize, wow, the season I'm in now is part of the journey. The season that I'm in now is just as important as what's going to happen after this. And so we can see how, as painful as that period was, it's matured us, it's developed us. We have a story now, or stories, plenty of stories, and I believe God has allowed us to be, for me, to be a better minister to other people because of the things that I've been through, as well as my wife as well. And so I want to say every season matters, even the seasons that hurt. And also, number two, God is more concerned with our transformation than just our destination. A lot of times we think it's just about the destination. If I can just get from point A to point B, and we all, I think of the movie that came out, Adam Sandler, a few years ago. I think it was called Click or something like that. But basically, he would fast forward through the tough stuff because he wanted to get to certain things, and then you realize by the end, the whole point of the movie is when you miss out on the things you want to fast forward through, you miss out on your development as a person, or whatever. And so God's more concerned with the transformation. He's transforming us through these tough times, and then that, of course, it's not just about getting to the destination, but He cares more about the transformation as we're on the journey. And so over the years, I've learned that God is concerned with making us into the image of His Son, Jesus. And number three, embrace your calling and go for it. I've learned that in life, and this is not some self-help jargon, okay? That God has created you for a purpose, specifically for a purpose. He saved you for a purpose, and we need to embrace that and go for it. I think a lot of times in life we settle for things that we can do, but it's not necessarily how we're wired. And for years I felt like I did that. There are many things that I did where it's like, okay, I can do this, but is it what I'm called to do? And so I'm like, I'm at a place where I'm like, God, I want to do what You've called me to do, even if it takes some sacrifice, even if it takes a leap of faith, that we're going to trust You in this. God, I want to be and do what You've called me to do, and He's called me to preach the gospel. He's called me to be available and minister to others. And I just want to be available to be used in the kingdom of God. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. Don't waste, don't settle. Understand this is what God's called me to do, and go for it. Just go for it. So just those three things. Every season matters in life. Life is short. Every season matters. Every season is developing us into Christ. God is more concerned with transformation than just a destination. And number three, embrace the calling and go for it. All right. If God's placed a dream in your heart, don't just settle. Go for that dream. Not your dream, but His dream. All right. Just go for it. All right. And so, 34, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm here. But, it certainly has been an interesting journey. I've learned a lot. And I'm thinking the next 34 years of my life, I just want to give it all for Christ. I want to live for Christ. I want to understand, God, what does it mean to take up my cross and follow you? Sometimes it may be painful, but even in the painful seasons, they still matter, and they're still developing me into the image and the person that you've called me to be. And so that's my encouragement for you. Hope it encourages you today with whatever season you're in or whatever part of the journey that you're in. Understand that you're in the palm of His hand. He has you. He says, I've got you. I'm not going to let go. I've got you. You're mine. You belong to me. I've given you a new identity. You belong to Jesus. You belong to Him. And so anyway, a happy birthday to me. Hope you guys have a great one, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.